And welcome to Two Gray Goatees and a Whistle. I'm your host, Coach Huddy, along with the coach's wife, Amanda. She's joining me again. This one will be a little bit of a shorter episode. This is episode 49. We are going to keep this relatively short. Big one will be the next episode. That'll be our 50th. So we got a lot of things coming up on that one. So thanks for listening. So today we're going to do Would You Rather, followed by movie mashups, mascot of the week, and then we're going to talk about a charity golf tournament happening in May. So right now we're going to go ahead. Amanda, you have the floor.
Okay. Congratulations on 49, though. That's awesome.
Yeah.
50. Okay. Which is, I would say, is almost a year, but you've had a couple double episodes in there.
Yeah.
But you're getting close.
I'm getting close.
Getting close to a year.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
about another month.
All right. So the first Would You Rather question, I think it's really easy, but it might surprise me.
Okay.
Okay. Would you rather have a very talented player with difficult parents or a less skilled player with extremely supportive parents?
Less skilled. Okay. I mean, I don't know. I mean, having a great play, it depends on the kid. If the kid is a good person, and regardless of what the parents are, I could probably handle the parents to a certain degree, but I've had good players before, and the parents are still pains in the butts, and it gets tiring because it's like they're never satisfied or they're looking for the next big thing.
No matter how professional you are, no matter how a human being can only handle so much. And I think it's very not easy, but over an extended period of time, especially if it's like through high school or something where you're going to have this student and to deal with these parents for year in, year out for at least 2 or 3 years, maybe more, depending on how your school's set up, how they, where they end up playing. I think it would be really hard to not become somewhat biased towards that kid. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like if it's a constant struggle of, and it might not even be like face-to-face interactions with these parents. It might just be comments and snide remarks and things said in, sports performance games, things said in passing, things said to the athlete about you.
Yeah.
I think it would be really hard over a long period of time for that not to affect your relationship with that athlete, no matter how hard you tried.
It could. Yeah. It's definitely something
Because it's baggage that kid didn't sign up for.
No.
But it comes with that kid because that's the choice the parent made.
Right.
Anyways, I thought that was a pretty easy question. That's kind of where my thought was too, was take the less skilled player and not have to deal with the crap that came along with it. But which is super unfortunate for that athlete because it's not their choice. Second question. Would you rather coach a team that wins often but has like zero chemistry, or a team that loses more but supports each other fully?
Oh,
like
man. Well, I guess it depends on what you count as success, because a lot of times I've seen great potential and it was their team chemistry that destroyed them
makes sense
in the end.
Yeah.
And the kids that are always supporting each other, I think that's, if you will eventually, I think, find success, even with the less talented kids. I've had kids that were just great kids, and talent-wise, it just wasn't quite there with that class, but it was a great group of kids, and even though we were losing, they were great to be around. And I've been on teams where we were finding some success, but there was still...
You were the referee,
It wasn't
the mediator.
I think what kept the team together as well as it did was they had the same goal, and they worked it out, but it's never the same feeling, I guess, because, it's like, okay.
Well, I think that's one of the reasons, and I like team sports. I think there's a lot of value in it. I think that's one of the reasons why I am so drawn to sports like track and field. And don't get me wrong, they're a team sport in their own right. You practice together, you push each other, you compete in the same races, you compete, but if somebody's an arrogant little jerk, but, other than you have to practice with them, like they're not affecting your performance.
Yeah.
And your performance isn't making them look good or bad. they're solely what they get out of it, what they put into it.
Right.
And their own athletic ability. Okay. Question number 3. Okay, and this one, I mean, we've all seen this and I hope that I'm never perceived as the coach that everybody's like, it's that coach. I hope that I'm never perceived that way. But would you rather confront another coach about their unsportsmanlike behavior during a game, like call them out on it, or go to the administration after the game and file a complaint?
I handled it a lot differently. I know this is not the answer.
So would you rather?
I know it's a would you rather.
We've all seen that coach. We've all seen that coach.
And for me,
it's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. And I would not, everything needs to be taken care of internally. Never show that kind of crap in front of the players. Whatever conflict you have, address that behind closed doors. With that being said, if that was my only 2 choices, just because I don't want that on my field, I would rather take care of it myself.
Then go file a complaint.
I would rather just tell them you're done. Go to the locker room. But
if it's not maybe it's the opposing team's.
Oh, if it's the opposing team coach?
Okay, I get that if it's your coach, you would just be like...
I thought, if it was somebody else's coach, how would I handle that? I guess as long as they're not into my business, if they're going to rip and scream and do everything, I'm not going to say much anything to them. I still would probably, if it got personal or they took it to another level where they're insulting the player, especially if it's a kid.
Right.
Then I would probably say something like, dude, you can't be doing this.
Yeah.
So I'd say so.
Get your crap together. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
no, it doesn't specify, but it's okay. I think it was how if it was your coach, if it was somebody on your staff, you'd be, more inclined to be like, as you walk by them, you need to leave. You need to go to the locker room by yourself and figure your crap out. And we'll have a conversation when this is over with.
Yeah. In the ideal world, you wouldn't have to deal with something like that. But I know in certain circumstances that your
it's
coaching
a
staff
playoff game, or somebody's having a bad day or whatever.
And I get that, and I'm okay. I mean, I'm not okay with it, but I understand that things get heated and something might happen and you might lose your cool on something. I mean, I've been around when that happens and stuff like that. But if it is a continual problem where I don't ever want to have anybody on my sideline that could cost me a game because they can't shut their damn mouth when they're supposed to. That's what pisses me off more than anything.
That, to me, that's just the icing on the cake. To me, don't embarrass me.
Yeah. You're not going to
Don't embarrass me. Don't embarrass me. Don't embarrass these kids. Don't embarrass this community.
Yeah.
If you can't keep your crap together enough,
you won't be here.
Then you won't be here.
Yeah. And I would make that, and that was something I would make very clear.
I think every coaching staff, essentially somewhere, if you coach long enough, you're going to run into somebody that you're just like, wow.
And
they run hot.
They do.
But I think if you have a specific expectation, I think you can, as long as you make that expectation known and you stick to that expectation, I think you can kind of keep that from ever being.
Yeah. Because I would always want my coaches to be themselves, because everybody has different personalities. Everybody has different approaches. And
you all bring something different.
And I that's what you want. You don't want to be cookie cutter. Everybody's the same. On the token though, my number one priority is I want these kids to have fun, and I want the coach to understand that, and this goes for parents, I do not want you to put my team in a position to where I could potentially lose a game because you didn't keep your mouth shut and you cost us a personal foul. I've been a part of that. I had a parent do that one time. It was had playoff implications. Fortunately, it didn't come back to bite us. And the parent, I had their kid, and the kid's great. The parent overall was a good person. But they opened up their mouth, said something to the refs. Next thing you know, we get a flag on our sideline because that parent, and I remember turning to the parent and I said, shut up. Yeah. And I was the assistant, but it was one of those games where, luckily the defense stepped up. We didn't allow them to score, but it like put them in a scoring position where they were like, it was a goal line stand that we had to make.
Yeah.
And it was like, if we
Because
lost that, if
somebody's-
we did not win that game, we weren't going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And so what was great about it, though, is the parent did come and apologize to the team, which
Right.
I respected. I had so much respect for that person.
We're all human.
Yeah.
We all do stuff.
Emotions happen.
But man, I tell you, you embarrass me.
Just
that is instant. Like, I want to just stab you in the
if it's
eye.
a one-time thing, with a parent, whatever, the emotions caught up with them and stuff like that, not going to have an issue. But if it's a continual problem, especially if it's not being addressed,
yes,
especially if I say something and not being addressed, and the administration's not doing anything about it, then we got a problem.
Lack of support is the worst. It's
yeah.
the biggest killer.
Yeah.
Lack of support.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Next one.
Would you rather bench your best player in a pivotal season game for breaking team rules, or play them and risk losing team respect?
Oh, they're getting benched.
Yeah. 100%. These are my expectations. You knew this going in. You knew this when you walked onto my floor. Get your crap together.
I've had to do that before. And it was a playoff game.
You're not that important.
And they were one of my starting players on defense. And we had an absolute do not leave your room after this time.
Yeah.
We were on a road trip. We were on in the hotel and said, do not leave your room. Once the clock reaches 9:30, whatever, you don't leave your room. It doesn't matter what it is. Don't leave.
Yeah. Call me if it's an emergency.
Yeah. And he left his room, and yeah, it was something simple, but he left his room. And so we didn't start him. He sat out for the first few series or something like that. But, and he was just wondering, well, I only did this. And I go, it doesn't matter.
Rules are the rules.
Rules are rules.
Whether you understand them or agree with them or not, the fact of the matter is I set that expectation and you chose not to reach it. And there's consequences. Every action has a consequence.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Would you rather have parents heavily involved in team activities or parents who stay completely hands off? One extreme to the other.
I think I would rather have the parents involved.
Really? It says heavily involved.
Heavily involved. If it
like they're holding your hand.
Well, I guess it depends on what it's for. If it's for the team meals, which are always great, I've had places where the parents step up to take care of the kids on road trips, traveling, making sure that they got food, because stopping at McDonald's for some of these kids isn't an option. They don't have the money.
Yeah.
And so being able, when parents get together and say, okay, we're going to provide meals, who wants to do this day, and getting on the bus with a wrap or a sandwich or something like that.
Food in their stomach.
If parents want to help set up banquets, stuff like that. A parent wants to run stats or something or post something on some social media thing. I'm okay with that. As long as they're not coming in saying so-and-so and Johnny needs to be starting or whatever. If they're not getting into
I think that's what they're getting at in this, though. They're heavily involved in your team. I get what you're saying.
Outside of the coaching, anything helps.
Yeah.
It takes that much less. That takes something off the plate of the head coach.
Oh, I agree.
And so I would say I'd rather have the ones
than just the complete hands-off approach.
Hands off, and then end of the year banquet, you're having to set that up and you're having to do this. And then because everybody knows when you're coaching, especially your head coach, there's a lot more to your plate than just the X's and O's.
Oh, yeah. You say everybody knows. No, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
So
unless you've been there.
Yeah. I would rather have the parent support in there. And yeah.
Well, and we've always lived in like lower income communities. I mean, and that's not meaning like we're living like in the inner city ghettos everywhere we go.
No.
But we've always lived in agricultural communities, which are typically lower income communities.
Yeah.
Okay, because you have your agricultural workers and you have your, all that goes with it. And neither here nor there. I mean, every community we've lived in, just like any other community has had, things that you're like, this is frustrating about this community, but they've always had really good redeeming qualities.
Yes.
And I do think that has been something that we've experienced a lot, is those parents that go above and beyond for those kids.
Yes.
On those teams that.
Yeah. They need it.
They need it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So sorry.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Last question. Would you rather take over a team with a losing culture Or work as an assistant coach or as an assistant under a head coach that you do not fully agree with.
And that's tough.
I mean, we know how important culture is.
Culture is important.
It's hard to overcome
a losing culture.
a losing culture.
It is. That's a rough one. Because I can say that as long as you can respect each other as a coaching staff, you're not always going to agree with people's decision on what they do. My biggest thing on that is as long as you have a say at the table. If you don't have a say at the table and it's just...
Well, I think it's got to be more than, yeah, I'm listening, pat yourself on the back for listening, and then go do what you want to anyways.
Right.
Like, you legit have your opinion is valued.
Yeah.
Right.
Or the other one was take over a losing program.
Well, it doesn't say like a program that has a losing culture. We've seen that. We have seen those sports or teams or that
can't get out of their way.
Cannot seem to get out of their own way.
Yeah.
The talent's there.
And
they start out like a ball of fire, or you see it in there, but come the end of the year, they're all focused on the next coming sport, or they're burnt out because they don't have that.
They don't have the grit, the grind.
Well, they don't have the
work ethic.
Well, that's a big part of it, but what's the word I'm looking for? The culture to it. The culture to continue until you are completely finished.
Yeah. Yeah, and we've seen it this year over at a school where their basketball team had to forfeit the rest of their season because kids couldn't commit. And that community has not really been able to have a sports program outside of one sport. And the reason why they have that sport is because they draw from the surrounding community so they can have that sport. And so there's a lot of commitment, and the kids, this falls on the parents too. They don't understand the commitment it takes to.
Well, there's that complete lack of involvement that we were talking about.
Yeah, which
Well, and it's really, we've worked in those schools where you have a sports program, whatever it be, football, whatever it be, basketball, that traditionally they couldn't win a game to save their souls. And then they'll make changes in coaching staff, or maybe you just have one of those groups of kids that comes through that gets how to work together. They have a really good rapport with each other. They're hard workers. They have good talent. It's very hard to overcome that stigma of, well, the last 10 years, they've won a total of 5 games in all the seasons combined, and we won 5 games this season alone, and we're good with that. It's really hard to overcome that.
It is. And I that comes back to something we had talked about a few episodes ago. We were talking about last week, I think, we were talking about how we had these college coaches who had a combined 3 losses this season, and they took their teams to the conference playoffs.
Okay.
And at the end of the season, people want them to get fired at winning seasons, and the expectations.
I don't care if you have a losing season. You got to give me a legit reason to be just canning somebody.
But
because you're never going to make everybody happy.
No, you're not. And the fact is the matter is that
and tradition or building culture does not happen overnight.
Right. But this is the other extreme of that, where you are winning all the time and you're expected to win a national championship every year.
Yeah.
And you don't reach that because it is extremely difficult to do.
Everybody wants to be the champion, duh.
Right. But when you don't make it, but yet you've maybe over the 5 years you've been there, you've had a combined loss of 4 games.
Yeah.
And people are saying they need to be fired, and it's ridiculous. It's the opposite end of that, of where.
And aren't those the ones that people listen to for some unknown god awful reason?
Yeah.
They're the most annoying, squeakiest wheels out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shut up.
Tanner brought this up too when we were on there. It's the way coaching is set up now is to fail to.
You cannot win.
Yeah.
You cannot win.
Nope.
Because even if you are bringing home a state championship every season, even if you are doing that, somebody didn't get enough playing time. Somebody didn't get to start. You can't win.
Yeah, it's rough. But on the opposite end of that, when you have a losing culture, and then for me, if you came in that season and let's say the team hadn't won a game in 2 years and then you won 3 games, yeah, that's progress. I would be happy. And then, if you could build off that progress, as long as you showed steady progress over time.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And you could get going in the right direction. A lot of times in high schools and especially smaller towns, a lot of things go in cycles. The talent that comes through.
You have a total of 150 kids to play all your sports from in the first place.
Yeah. And then, if you, let's say you have a very talented group come through, and it seems like it always happens in waves. You have this talented group come through and they come through, do really well.
Then you have the nicest 5 classes you have ever had in your life, and they ain't got a lick of talent.
Exactly. So, but it's how that community and how the culture is built around what they define as success.
It all it all comes back to that. Just go support.
Yeah. Yes.
Keep your opinion to yourself and just go support those kids.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. All right. Is that it for the questions?
Yes.
Okay.
We kind of derailed. But
no, we didn't. That was fine. There's nothing wrong with that. All right. Moving on to our next segment, movie mashups. All right. I'm going to take you to 2 movies that you like. We'll see if you can guess what they are.
Okay. Are you sure I like them?
Oh, I think you do. I'm pretty sure you do. I know one of them.
I've got you concerned now.
I know one of them for sure, and I'm 99% sure on the other one.
Okay.
You say I don't know you. Here we go.
Or don't even go there.
All right. Opening. Here we go. The atmosphere. Scene. Crowd is roaring. Skates carving ice. Sticks are clacking. Music. Low dramatic and instrumental is building. Here comes the...
Well, there's not very many hockey movies out there, but okay.
Oh, there's some. Okay, here we go. In a town where hockey is religion. Next, you see scene, bone-crushing body checks, whistle, crowd gasping, and brains and bronze never mix.
And brains and bronze what?
Brains and brawn never mix.
Oh, never.
Scene, locker room, echo tape ripping, gloves dropping. Here comes the character. Here comes Doug, soft and sincere. I don't really like fighting. I'm just good at it. Music drop. Here we go. The beat,
I love that movie.
The beat drops and something lighter, awkwardly hopeful type of music comes on. Next thing, you have college hallway ambience, lockers slamming. Here comes Kate, dry and unimpressed. Let me guess, you solve your problems with fists. Doug, only between the whistles. Awkward pause. Music up-tempo, rom-com theme kicks in. She hates violence. He hates disappointing people.
She's going to be disappointed.
You have ice resurfacing going on. Here's a Zamboni rolling on their Zamboni horn honks. Then you hear mic feedback. Doug, nervous. This is probably a bad idea, but I was told honesty is good. The crowd in confused murmurs. Soft piano under the dialogue. Doug says, I don't hate when you think I'm just a hockey guy. I don't hate that you scare me more than any fight. And I really don't hate that I'd stop fighting if you asked. The arena goes silent. Kate.
Kick his ass.
I hate the way hockey glorifies pain. I hate the locker room culture. I hate how easy it is to judge you. But mostly, I hate that I don't hate you at all. Cheap shot of ice. Crowd erupts.
No, I know this song.
Teammate
The movie.
shouting, Doug! Dramatic rise. Kate, calm and result. Do what you do, but do it for the right reason. Gloves drop, single punch, whistle. Big emotional music coming in. This winter, love drops the gloves.
What is the name of that movie?
10 things I hate about the goon.
10 things I hate about you. That's what it was. I was like...
He fights for the living. She fights feelings.
Yeah.
Got it?
Yeah.
10 things I hate about you and the goon. That is your movie mashup.
Oh my gosh.
10 things I hate about the goon. All right.
I really do like The Goon. I do. And I know that it's kind of a cheesy movie, but I like it because he genuinely is a really good guy.
Yeah, but
he's good at one thing. He's not a hockey player.
Yeah, he can beat the crap out of people.
Skate.
It's kind of loosely based off of a true event.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so there was something, and I'll have to do some research on it, but if I remember right, there was an NHL hockey player that got like a lifetime ban. Like he did like a cheap shot like that.
Based
like
off of the other character. What,
guys thought the other character.
what was,
Yeah.
who is that?
I can't remember. But
Anyways,
off his character
at the very beginning when he puts that guy in the hospital.
Yeah.
Like,
so he
legit hurts him.
Yeah. So it's kind of loosely based off of that a little bit about what happened there.
Yeah.
All right.
After we came back from Christmas break, and I didn't like make a big deal out of, what did everybody do for their break? Because I don't have the time or the patience for that. But I always try to if a kid is talking to me, I always try to I'm genuinely interested, and I want them to know I care. And so I had, asked a couple kids in passing, how was your break? Did you do anything fun? What did you do? So I asked this kid, I said, hey, how was your Christmas break? Did you do anything fun? And he was like, oh yeah, we went and watched a couple hockey games. And I was like, ooh, you went to the boy aquarium. And he got this look on his face, and he was like, that's what my mom calls it. I was like, why wouldn't you want to go there? It's a bunch of young guys running around. He was like, no. He was so disappointed in me. I was like, was it fun? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
It's one thing I wish I would have had growing up was hockey. I would have loved to play hockey.
We've been to a lot of different sports. We've been to pro, and we've been to, high school, college. We've traveled, and we like to go do the banana ball game thing. And, I've seen like the Harlem Globetrotters and stuff. And there's a specific environment that comes along with that.
Yes.
With all of that. But there is something about hockey.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the contact.
It's a boy aquarium.
Yeah. Another fact that these guys are over 6 feet and, chiseled.
They choose violence.
They choose violence.
Wake up and choose violence. It's just a fun sport to watch. It really is. It's quick paced, and it's just really fun to watch. And we've watched different levels and stuff, and it's just fun. I enjoy it. It was just funny. Mm-hmm. That's what my mom says. He was so disappointed.
Boy aquarium. Holy boy.
Anyways.
All right. Okay. We are now moving on to our next segment, and it is our mascot of the week. All right, mascot of the week. It takes us to Rhode Island. Okay?
Rhode Island.
The smallest state.
Is that a state or something?
Smallest state in the Union. Very tiny. And in fact, you probably fit it in our county, or at least close.
The one town that's there.
Yeah. Anyways, we're taking you
to Rhode Island. I'm sure there's great things.
Woonsocket High School.
What?
Socket. Woonsock.
Is that a native?
I think it is, because looking at their mascot, it has a profile of a Indian in a headdress.
Okay, so it's probably a native name. I wonder what it means. Interesting.
I don't know.
Is it 2 words or what?
It's 1 word.
Okay.
Population of the school is close to 1,600.
Holy crap.
Because it's kind of in the Providence area.
Oh, well, and I think the entire state's in the Providence area.
It's Providence, yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah. I can't think of any other town that's in Rhode Island other than Providence. Grade level counts report. 9th grade, 513 of those kids. This is their 23-24 report. 388 10th graders, 418 11th graders, 280 12th graders. All right, to their mascot.
Big school.
Okay, so because the school sits on land associated with this park, the big public park, it helped define the neighborhood identity. Multiple odd mascot write-ups point to the park connection for the reason for this nickname.
Okay.
It is Latin for Newtown.
Moonsocket?
Not the town Woonsocket, but the mascot is named after is Latin for Newtown. In fact, there is a college in Pennsylvania named this.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, give it to me.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Villanovans.
What the heck is a Villanovan?
Villanova
means Newtown.
Newtown.
Their mascot is Newtown.
Newtown.
What?
Yep. It's placed off of the Villanova Park, and so the Villanovans. The recent headline accomplishments for the school, they had a baseball title run. They won their the Rhode Island Division III baseball championship with a late rally. Woonsocket ties to go beyond the sports. Alumni examples. It looks like they have an inventor of the Ram Air parafoil.
I don't know what that
I
is.
have no idea.
Okay.
Anyways,
That is a weird mascot.
yeah. Elaine Farrell,
Villanova.
who was an acclaimed singer, graduated from the school in 1939.
What was it? Just has to do with this park?
They
Is
kind of
where they
based
got
it
the
off the
name off
park,
of?
yeah, Villanovans, because they think that's what I have.
Newtown.
Yeah, Newtown, which Villanova.
But you said that's Italian?
Latin.
Latin.
Yep.
Which has nothing to do with Native Americans.
Nope. But yet,
That is bizarre.
You look at the mascot.
Looks like a tribal, like a chief kind of thing.
It's basically Indian dressing. It has the side profile of an Indian.
That
I'm
is
assuming it's
curious.
native with the headdress with the feathers. So, yeah.
Interesting.
So the wound socket.
That's a heck of a chant.
Yeah.
Villanova.
Yeah. So a little about the town. Let's go here. Median household income is around 58,000. Okay.
Why did I think that Rhode Island was a whole lot more wealthier than that?
Well, just this area.
I mean, I get that that's an area.
Yeah. Per capita income in the city is around 31,000. Big employment sectors, healthcare, the social assistance, retail trade.
Right.
A notable local anchor, CVS Health's corporate office is there.
Really?
Yep. Home prices. What do we got here? Median homes are running around 435,000.
$50,000.
Yeah. Rent for a 1-bedroom is around 1,400. 2-bedroom is 1,800.
Yeah.
And this is because it's in Providence, in that area,
Right.
Providence County. That's what you're looking at.
Wow.
Your mortgage example, let's say you paid for a $373,000 home on a fixed mortgage of 6 point. Yeah, your payments are going to be around $1,800. So, yeah. Yep. That is your mascot of the week.
Novans.
Yep.
That is interesting. I got so many questions.
All right. We are going to talk about one more thing,
Okay.
this promotion, and I'll be doing this up until the promotion thing, and I will put the link in the description on the podcast. So whatever podcast you listen to, this
Platform, you mean?
the whatever podcast platform.
Because hopefully they're listening to your podcast.
When you listen to my podcast, to Great Goatees and a Whistle, that on whatever platform, it could be YouTube, to Alex, or to whatever, Amazon, iTunes, whatever you listen to, this information will be there. So on May 2nd, 2026, there is a charity golf tournament, and with Colston Loveland is going to be there. This is for his charity. He is a supporter of the Idaho Special Olympics, so he's teaming up with them again. And so I reached out to Cole's mom, and she sent out this information, so I will pass this on to you guys. Tickets to get a team, those are already sold out. You can't do that, but they are still looking for sponsors. So
or just donations,
and
I mean, you could probably be a spectator.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to work, but yeah, I think so. So let me give you what information I do have based off of this. So Colston Loveland, NFL tight end for the Chicago Bears, this rookie year, from where we live here, hometown Gooding. He's teamed up with Idaho Special Olympics. This golf tournament celebrates and shares a commitment for inclusion, opportunity, and the power of sports. About the Idaho Special Olympics, their mission is to provide year-round sports training and athletic competition for a variety of Olympic-type sports for all children and adults with intellectual disabilities, give them continued opportunities to develop physical fitness, demonstrate courage, experience joy, and participate in the sharing of gifts, skills, friendship, family with their families. All proceeds from this event will positively impact the lives of Special Olympic athletes here in Idaho. There is information. This is how you can purchase online for registration. Janice Beal is who it is. She's the development manager. Her email will be linked on this link. And so the event details.
Where's it going to? What golf course?
It's going to be at the Clear Lake Country Club at Beal, it's by Beal, Idaho. There is a map on here for people. There's tickets on sale. Yeah, it's an 18-hole 4-person scramble. The cost for a team was $600, but like I said, that included your golf cart, and lunch.
Well, it's not. Yeah, you're not just going to play a round of golf. You're
No.
supporting something that's really cool.
There is going to be raffled items and a silent auction at this. It's going to be on May 2nd. Pretty cool day.
Oh.
Pretty important person was born on that day. So
It's his birthday,
yeah,
not Cole's.
so
Please.
yeah. Check-in time is at 9 a.m. and then it's a shotgun start at 10 a.m.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. So
That's a cool
like
program.
I said, the information of this link, I will post it
On your platforms.
on all the platforms.
Nice.
So, all right. That's it for today's show. I want to thank everybody for listening. I want to thank the coach's wife for being here. And everybody take care of yourself. Bye.